welcome back to another session, live stream session with Reduce using the Paintology drawing app from Google Play Store. So we're going to continue with part 2 of the exercise we did yesterday with regards to drawing clouds. And if you have not already done so, this is in landscape mode. It's a little bit quirky in the sense that I'm using this drawing in a landscape mode because YouTube has been putting my portrait mode in landscape. So when I reviewed the previous drawing, it appeared quite small, and and it wasn't. I mean, to me, it didn't look as nice. But since landscape offers more surface area, I'm hoping that you'll see more of the drawing, even though I have to work in this small letterbox type area. It's still doable. I did continue and finish the one on the purple field on the Paintology channel, but I'm doing this on the Produce channel, which you'll be able to watch and while I finish this drawing. So this is the actual drawing we finished in part 1. And this is the one that we're trying to replicate. Okay, let's move this here. So as you know, the drawings I usually make, you need to check out the actual, if you want to do the drawing along with me, and if you're already doing that, then you'll know that this is available from the home page, the image, the reference image. Go to the homepage, paintology.com, click on live streams, and you'll go down and you'll see there's the image, this Reduce, the clouds image there, which you can download and use for the drawing that I'm doing right now. So let's head back. Another important piece I wanted to mention, since some viewers will have many other things to do in their busy world, is the oops, what I call, let's look, sorry, changes ours here. Okay, it's the Google, not this one, sorry, it's the Paintology Classroom, which you can get. This is so you'll see a link in the description that will take you to this classroom, and here you'll be able to follow a very detailed day sessions with drawing to get you really up to speed with drawing. Yeah, as you can see, day 2 draw tools. So you get really do this at your own pace. It's a class system. If you're not familiar with Google Classroom, it's structured classes that allow you to follow the tutorials on the basis of how well you're doing, and then continue and make progress and submit your work for review by the teacher. Yeah, so lots of drawing practice sessions. So just keep in mind that Paintology is not teaching you how to use the app like most of the drawing apps are crammed with digital tools. The idea of the philosophy of Paintology is to teach you art techniques, and it's the reason why you can make fine drawings, and you will find many impressive drawings made on the YouTube channel. Just have to look for it, and they're all done on the phone, most of it with the finger. And right now I'm just using a stylus for simplicity, but you can get a stylus if you like, cheap one from eBay or Amazon, and that's perfectly fine. Or you could just simply use your fingers. So let's go ahead and dive into the second part of this and finish this drawing. So we have that nice cloud. It's a picture I took, and it's and we're going to try and draw that. It's here. So you can load any image of your choice. Obviously, this is in portrait because I was starting out drawing portrait, but I'm moving to landscape because YouTube has somehow affected the portrait drawing and pushed it into landscape. So I have to do this to give you a larger drawing surface. So I can show you a larger window. So this is my drawing, and then if you click on that bottom icon, you'll see you can switch between your drawing and that one. So let's look at it. What are we going to do? We're gonna now go ahead and start doing the blending. Very easy, if you know. And then we keep sticking to the line brush. Okay, so the line brush here, there, and we're going to move this line brush down. So you've been wondering what this density is. Well, now you know. So I'm going to take that down, density, and just give you a 10% to start off with. And then this is how we're going to do. Select the color picker and pick one of the regions here, and then just simply just blend it in. Look, it's already blended, isn't it? Now look at that one at the top here. Select the color picker, and then just, because what's happening with that density setting, this density setting is the brush, it's actually making the hardness of the pen very low down. So in order to create the full opaque color of this, you need to use 100%. That's the like an ink. Think of 100% like an ink, and think of anything in between like a HB pencils of that color. Okay, so that's all you need to know. So this let's go ahead and keep blending. So I got it at this man, and then I'm just blending it, and then I've taken it. I can even take it down if you think you don't have enough strokes to blend it. So here, blend this. So that's all I'm doing. Blending this. Look, totally blended, isn't it? And now this one. Yeah, you can see how that is blended. And then if it gets too dark, pick the color tones. There, that looks very cloudy, doesn't it? And then there, see, you'd be surprised, and you're thinking, wow, this is just like a magical process, but it's not. It's actually just using a low setting, and practice on a blank canvas and see how this brush works with the density settings, adjusting the density settings here. So there, and then let's get this in a little bit. Okay, so look at that top bit almost blended, right? And then obviously refer to the image, and you can see there's some nice curves here. Can you see it there? Quite light, isn't it? So you can even blend this. So pick the color of that, and then the brush is a little too big, and then I'm going to just blend this these little, give it a, because it's not that sharp, is it? Let's see if we've achieved that. So just diffusing the edges, yeah? That's all. And then you can see this looks like a wave. It doesn't look like a cloud. So how do we get that? Notice see on the this. So I'm going to pick the color of this, and then just simply just do what it appeared in the original image. Right. So what does it look like? Yeah, I can see. So taking those lines away, just look, beautiful dark here. Just trying to, I'm not exactly trying to match, just copying, sort of getting close. Look, this is such a light area here, so we might as well throw that in, isn't it? Yeah. Pick that. Just a light area, throw that in. So it gives the illusion of clouds, isn't it? Right away, it gives the illusion of clouds. Not the 2D clouds that you're familiar with. This one looks like the 2D clouds. So again, follow the roughly what you want to achieve. This. Right, look, that looks good, isn't it? And then here, follow. So I'm switching between my drawing and that, and then just trying to. This is what a cloud looks like, right? And then I probably don't have such a harsh stop here. And then here, the same thing. So we're going to do the first line of that. Look at that. Look how soft that is. So it's not like harsh when we laid out the first. Just softening the edges there. And then while you're at it, check the body and see if you need to put some lighter or darker blue in there. Alright, now here, going here. So this one, it looks almost like a sharp edge. It's not quite. So pick something, just soften it, and then maybe leave some of that sharpness that was in the original reference. And what do we got here? We got dark. This one is not there. And this one is there. Just take those right there. Just move. Do work quickly with this. No big deal. Look, that looks like a 2D cloud, and the actual reference image is not by no means 2D cloud. So increase, if you're not getting by with a few strokes, increase the density more. Okay, we've got this cloud here. And then, of course, increase the size if you're not achieving this width that this is. Right, and here, look, it's a different color. So again, it's a bit lighter. And just doing that. Just almost just trying to replicate as much, not all of it, but because speed is important, right? When you're working. So what do we have here? Okay, we're getting some interesting areas of the cloud here. Yeah, so just take that's it. And then here you can see it's a lighter area. So we're going to take that quickly. That's that fluffiness, yeah. And then what we have here? Oh, some sort of darker areas here. So, okay, I can do that. Right, so notice this is my canvas. And then while we're at it, what do we got here? We've got very diffused areas. Yeah, not too much effort. And then look at this nice area. Make sure to save whenever you can. So what have we got here? Ooh, look at that cloud. It's lovely, isn't it? So sharp with the blue. So this is where we can become little. So what I can do is pick this color, and this is where you need to play with the density settings. So let's pick that density up. And then I'm going to show you. Look at that. Even that is too big. That the 2 point. Right, and then we got some here. A little bit of cloud. So we're going to try and replicate, not exactly, but to a reasonable size. Right there. And there. Then we got this. So we can pick the color we already have. There. Oh, God. Okay, so that's actually quite, density is quite high. Let's increase that, and then whatever works. So don't be afraid to experiment. That's the problem with people, is that they're afraid that they've made a mistake. If you go with that approach when you're drawing, you're not going to learn anything. You have to make mistakes. There's no such thing as getting it right first time. And anyway, what is getting it right? Good, look at that. Beautiful, right? And then we want to make sure that we got this right. So this is a bit way too big. Let's take it down, okay? Add that finesse and see what we have here. That's a big cloud going that way. And then we have this grey, which we can easily do, right? Look at that. There. Let's see what it looks like. We've got some kind of a nice cloud formation, and I can see on the top right. So the only thing is that this area needs to be corrected. So you can see it's fluffy, and that's what we're going to do, make it more fluffy. Take that, fluff it up with the blending. Just add a little bit of dark here as it's shown, and then the darker here. Okay, I'm not going to leave it like that. We don't want to do too much. We're going to have to race through this. You know, the quicker you work, the better, to be honest with you. Okay. This one, I can stretch it to that. And then we have this lovely light fluffy area. We can work on that. And then this one here. Oops. This bit. Sort of something going on in between. And then again, that's perfectly fine. Can add that. So that looks quite fluffy, isn't it? Okay. So what do we have here now? I've got that blue just coming out, so we can do that. Then we have a gradient of some kind in here. Let's have a look there. Very subtle gradient with some and then we got a light color here, the top of the cloud. So let's see if we can put some of that light color here. Just the hint of the top of the cloud. And then look, got this. So this cloud formation follows the shape of what we're familiar with. Here. And look at that light here, this one. Yeah, we're going to capture that. So to do that, you can increase the density, take it down, and just work at it. There, because if the density is not enough, just work on that. And then if the color is not enough, then make the color a bit more white. There, see? There. Just add there for some formation of clouds. So what have we got here? Wow, look at these white silver line clouds. So again, we've got a really high density. Why not, right? And then we have these swirling strokes, right? Swirling strokes. Then we have this color there. So just practice. Look, this one, there is, let's get close, and I'm sorry that I have to do this in such a small box area. But here, you can take that down more and just look at the number of shades that's going on. That's why clouds are really difficult to do. Because you have to replicate so much tiny shades. There. But you can pull it off. There's nothing difficult. It's all tones. Right. So now we can do this thing that's going down across here. There, see that? There. And then we've still got that blue. Still pick that blue. Just then once you get good at it, I think you could potentially create your own clouds. Why not? You don't have to follow the exact about that. You don't have to follow the exact thing that the actual reference image. Make your clouds. Right, so that's what we're doing, just building up. See, this, you get used to it, and then you can create your silver lining, right? And then we can see if it works or not. If it doesn't, then do something different. It doesn't mean that that's it. You're going to throw your arms up in the air, is it? Let's have a look. So we've got that. Just doing what I'm looking at. And then let's pick this one. Let's diffuse that area. Alright, so moving quickly. I don't want to spend too much time, as I've said. So alright, so you can see what that looks like. And then here, pick the, so just selecting something different. So I got it at a high 30% now, since I'm probably getting more comfortable, and I realize that I've got quite a bit of work to do. So let's see if this is working. I think it is. Can you see on the right that I'm working on? I've just got to go all the way down here. Can see it, the difference? There. Yeah, you see? So we could work really fast and rapidly. Right. Increase the brush if you want to, right? Look at those beautiful clouds there. Make sure you pull that. And then getting the whiter color, a bit more white, as we have seen in the clouds. So all kinds of tactics you can use. I think we need to zoom in a little bit. Right. Then those grey tones right there, like here. If you see that the cloud is being formed, you don't have to do any more work, do you? If you can see the clouds are actually taking shape, why put any more work to it? Because it's not like you're replicating the exact clouds. Right. So there. Yeah, there. And see that you don't need too much effort. Right. So very just sort of the fingers creating with the different shades. Pull it back and then pull it in again. Right, let's see if we can get away with this. Let's see what we've got so far. Let's try and correct that one here. So we got some. Let's see if we pulled it off. I think so, isn't it? It's better than before, right? So what we can do is, I'm just going to go through it quickly because I don't want to spend too much time. Look at the drawing and keep looking at it. Look, there's some darker regions here. So just, it's effectively blending. So I'm going to stick to my side and just do what I was doing. Right. Pick alternate colors. Right. Pick the blue colors and then pick the blue colors and take it out, diffuse it. See if that works, right? So we're doing something slightly different. We're just like blending the edges. We're not shaping anything, just simply blending what we've got and add overlapping colors to that region. That's all I'm doing. I don't want to spend too much time here. Just, and then give us some idea that there's, right, then we can increase that. Okay. We'll just, see, we've almost covered the whole region here. There's the little specks of white that we just want to remove. Make sure it's not there. Oh, just blending, that's all. I'm not even looking at the other and trying to shape each individual clouds. I'm just simply just blending it and hoping that I can pull it off in that respect, because I've got more or less the shape and the main primary colors. And just do it quickly. Right. It looks good, doesn't it? Actually looks quite, this good sort of density settings I have here, I think. And look at these darker. Just save that. Okay. I'm giving the impression that that's a look. So instead of these rigid lines, I'm just smoothing it. Just seeing what would happen. Right there. There. Let's see what it looks like. I think that's getting not bad, isn't it? Yeah. So keep going. So the technique, this is like a technique that I've just developed for the clouds. Notice I'm still using digital. You'd think I'm using pencil and paper. I'm still using digital. I bet most people don't use digital this way, but now you can see the real power, right? Right there. Just give it that. Just give it that fluffiness, though. Just random around there, focusing on the edges. Right, giving it diffused. Right. Then here, I'm not even looking at the reference image. I'm just drawing this based on what might look like, right? You don't want to be, otherwise you'll be here ages, isn't it? Right there. Just sort of around swirly strokes. It's a form of blending and also trying to make it look like these clouds has got like some transparency to them. And at the same time like a gaseous, right? This is what they are, gaseous. That's what they are, gas. And that's what we're trying to replicate, this gaseous nature of these. Alright, so go here. Just rounding it off. So there you are. This is all done with the Paintology app as if you're using it. So that's the power of the doing it with in this manner. And as I've said, Paintology app makes this all look very easy, but the reason it makes it look easy is not because of the tools, but because of the techniques you learn from using the app. So if you've got an Android phone and you want to have some creative fun painting and drawing, then just pull out the Paintology app, isn't it? And then start drawing while you're waiting for a train or a bus. Why not? Get lost in the moment instead of just texting people, waiting for them to respond. You know, it's so much more fun, isn't it? Well, I think so. So I'm not sure if you've checked out the community section of the app. This is where you can post your drawings, or any type of drawing for that matter. And then I can look at it, like this drawing I've been telling you. You can post it, and then I can give you some tips on what to do. You know, just give it a try. If you think you have to go about it in a particular way, you know, I look at me when I draw. Do I actually feel that I have to do this in a particular manner? No. It's just whatever works, or whatever takes this drawing to another new step in the drawing process. If you remember, I've been talking about the drawing process. Well, this is a drawing process, isn't it? It's not about tools. Well, this is the underbelly of the, remember this? The underbelly of the cloud, remember when we did it? So I'm just using a straight line strokes. Let's see what we have here. Oh, it's a bigger improvement than before, right? What we can do is we can increase the density, and then let's take this blue and then just expand it and reduce it. Just increase the size. Okay, so we can add a deep hue as well. So color picker, and then a little bit of a deep hue color in there, right? Just like it's here. It doesn't have to be all. Give it some contrast and life. Okay, and then take that blue, gray as well. Now picked a bigger brush, and now I'm working relatively fast. And you can do the same. Right. Just give the illusion that there's clouds. You don't have to go into great detail and do macroscopic detail of what's going on here. Just the illusion of the cloud. Yeah, look at that. There could be a white cloud there, isn't it? Yes, there. And then look at these low-hanging clouds. Just let it diffuse it, constantly using the color picker of the color that's there. You don't want to use a different color altogether. Use the color that's there. Down here. Okay, let's see what we have here. No, I don't think the lower hanging clouds are working to the best, but that's because I'm working on a tiny screen, and it's annoying that YouTube has not fixed that, because I'm having to work at a smaller. Can you see that? It's a very tiny screen because I've got the 6-inch screen, as you can see, and I'm having to work with this. So, but let's keep trying it anyway. Let's try and finish this. So I'm doing the lower clouds here, and then now I'm going to switch, because I want to get this right. So I'm switching back and forth between, and then trying to get these low-hanging clouds sort of right there. this part here. Look, this is like definitely a cloud there. The white. So let's add more fluff there. That seems to do the work. Seems to do the trick, doesn't it? Okay, let's do that. Yeah, I like this stroke that I'm using. It's sort of a very like a different kind of a pressure that I'm applying. But you can see it is somehow working. And then I could change the color to make it a bit lighter. Yes, it's working that better now. All right. So this is like the low hanging clouds, trees. Right there. Let's have a look, take a look to see if we've managed to pull it off. Yeah, it has, isn't it? Now it does, definitely. Somehow we managed to pull that off. So let's fix the rest and then we'll fix the foreground and then we'll be done, yeah? Yeah, just look at the areas. Now you can really follow your own elements and try and bring your own creativity and thought into this drawing, or painting, I should say. And then maybe what we can do is, because it's slow hanging, we can still make this white. Look at that. Let's just add a bit of white there. You can see how it makes a difference, isn't it? Tiny. Wow, that was amazing. We did pull it up, I think. That's good. So this is the way clouds are done. So I'm not an expert. The last time you can find a couple of clouds drawing I did using block coloring. So by all means, check them out, please, and give me your own thoughts, feedback. Yeah, so well, this is it. You saw what I did here. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And don't get frustrated, because you have to be observant when you're drawing. How do you think I sort of developed these techniques? It's through observation. It's through seeing what the tool does and paying attention to it. I'm not looking for the tool to bring out the effects. I am doing that. Yeah? Wow, this is beginning to look. Now I've got this technique down, I can really focus on creating clouds. I can probably create clouds that is not from a reference image, but entirely from my own imagination. Once you've got this technique down, right? Who's to say you can't? Wow, that is now looking good. I'm quite pleased with that. I don't know about you. I'd like to see your drawings. So don't be ashamed if you're just starting out, because I can give you tips and say you need to do this area a little bit differently perhaps and give that a shot, right? So always keep an open mind. Look at that. It's taking. Now I can see that I need to maybe do some more work on that. So let me take some gray, and let's take that gray a bit to the bottom and see. Just give it a hint of contrast in these tiny. They're like peeking through these clouds. They're not like. Yeah, just give it. It's working, isn't it? Wow, I've become a cloud expert already. So like I said, this is all new to me, and of course probably new to you, but there's so much to learn. So here you can see that we've got, so getting the dark gray, that really makes the contrast. So you can increase that, bring the density down so you can really work this gray. Right, so just play with this. There's obviously a lot of settings that you can follow. See that? That grey, it could be a little bit, opacity could be a bit more. All right, there. So I'm not consulting the reference image. I'm just going by what I see. Right, then you could maybe pick the color palette and pick some other colors that are a bit lighter, and then just alternate. Yes, and then maybe you can take it down, because it's got to be a small size, and then I'm going to whiten the low-hanging clouds a little bit. So take, increase that, just little dabs of, you know, the bright white you see of the clouds. That's see, not quite there. Yes, I think I've got it here. So let's keep going up, and wow, this is actually working, isn't it? Yeah, so if you go in the darker gray, you might as well go the other way as well. Yes, this has made a difference, definitely. Right there, see? That one, and then take this white, shiny white, because some of the cloud lining is really bright in very selective areas, especially at the top. Do you see how that's made a difference? This is definitely a good exercise that I've taught myself. Right, then you can see. All right. Look at that standing out now. Now, the danger is that you could get too carried away and you're producing something that different to. Yes. That's the danger. You have to be careful not to get too carried away. All right, so I think what we can do is just focus on the land. I think we're okay with that. I mean, obviously, it's a good attempt, right? And then now we can just shoot for the land. So with the land, it's quite opaque. So what I mean is it's quite dark. So we can pick the black, then just bring it down. And then, you know, there's some, the tree lines are obviously, and then you can make out just the tree lines here. And then maybe, I don't know what it is exactly, but I'm just adding this. Could be a mountain range or whatever, right? But let's see how it goes. Let's see if we can shape it to our own. something that this closely resembles what we put down. And then noticed that there's some white there. We could maybe diffuse that a little bit. And then there's this lovely blue here. So maybe what we can do is just give the illusion that there's a lake of some kind, right? Why not? Right, we don't know, right? And then make it interesting. This could be a mountain or what. And then just could be anything, right? So this is really just so easy, this part. So let's see what we have here. Does that work? Yeah, it does work, isn't it? Definitely working. So what we can do is take some of that black, and then because we don't want this grayish blob here, and then maybe take some of that blue, take it there, and then some of that gray, give that more definition, the horizon, right? Ooh, that's a little too powerful, so we can bring it down, the density. See how all this works, right? We don't know what that is, but it gives the illusion, the sense of illusion that there is. And of course, you have to remember, I'm working with a phone here, and only because I'm beginning to get annoyed with YouTube for not fixing this. I've addressed the issue a while ago. Okay, and then so here, let's bring that down. Let's just some background. Why not have some background mountain scenes at the far off distance, right? Why not? It's entirely up to you what you want to do. All right, so what do we have here? Look at that tiny little drawing. It's almost, I'm drawing a tiny drawing of that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just sign it, and I will say this is complete. And like I said, I would really like to see your drawing. So please go to community, and also feel free to comment. Don't forget, comment and tell me how you felt about this actual class. No, that wasn't very good, was it? But anyway, that's all right, as long as you can see that it was drawing handmade. So that's it. And so I don't want to take up too much of your time or my time, but I hope to bring more of these classes back on a daily basis to improve techniques. So just keep in mind, you're not learning to do tools, you're learning techniques, and techniques is the way to get you to be a real good artist. And one of the simplest techniques are in fact tones, and as you can see, the clouds, even though we have tones in the clouds, it's a combination of colors, tones, and the application of how you draw. If you noticed, I used some swirling strokes to do the clouds, and then I looked at light and dark tones. So please make comments on this drawing, and also post your drawing to the community page once of the app, and then I'll be very happy to look at it, and also comment on it and give you some extra feedback. So I hope to bring, until YouTube fixes this YouTube portrait, I will be doing drawings in the landscape, so it will not be a letterbox like this. It'll be taking up the whole area of the phone, and I have a few pictures in mind and images, references to show you more techniques of making drawings like this. And I will start from tomorrow, and I may break it down again into several parts, and so to make sure you understand it. If you think I'm going too fast or too slow, or there are things you're not fully understanding, then it will help me to put those into the Google Classroom and anywhere else. If you join the Google Classroom, you first just keep in mind you can't ask very basic question like where is this brush or that. That's not really very helpful. What you need to do is go through some of the early stages of the Google Classroom classes to get familiar with the basic drawing stuff, basic tools that are around to use, and then you'll feel more confident that you will go. You don't want to take baby steps. You want to learn by doing, and then keep applying it, and then hopefully get to a point where you've made some reasonable effort at a drawing, but you're stuck on some areas, and then you can ask those very important questions that will help you to get to the next level. So that's how it is. It's a drawing process which I talk about a lot. And of course, use block coloring. No drawing experience required, so use block coloring, and it will help you to do get really rapidly up to speed with drawing, improving your understanding of tones and also your drawing strokes. So thank you very much for watching, and then we'll see you tomorrow for another live session with Produce on the Paintology drawing app. And thank you. Bye bye.